Welcome everyone. This will be a vlog video about a specific topic. One that I have neglected on my channel for some time. But it is definitely a part of the channel. I've made it a part of the channel in the past. Was actually doing it pretty actively last year, and I stopped doing it. So I want to talk about it in this video and just kind of catch up with you guys, because I don't make vlog videos very often. So whenever I do, I try to just catch up and explain how things are going, plans that I might have as far as creating content on the channel for anybody who's interested or anybody that watches my videos. So it's a really talky kind of video where I'm just, catching up and explaining things. But in this particular vlog, I want to talk about art. That's the topic I want to talk about. And I made a vlog on my birthday, or maybe the day before my birthday in 2020, talking about how I feel like I need to be proactive with creativity, and I need to be creating art. That not only is it something that I feel like I should be doing, but there's just something inside of me that it's like if I don't do it, then I'm not satisfied. I'm not, I don't know what the word would be. I don't feel fulfilled unless I'm actively being creative in one way or another. Now, one way is by making content on YouTube, which I've done. I've done plenty of videos like that. I still do make videos for this channel occasionally. But that's not really, just over the years of doing it, it's one creative outlet, which is fine, and I enjoy doing it, but it's not really, I don't feel like I'm really living up to my full potential if I'm just creating content, creating videos on YouTube. I feel like there's more that I should be doing than that. Another thing that I've tried to do in the past is I've tried to be musical and play instruments, and I've had an on and off kind of relationship with the guitar for over half of my life, and I still haven't really gotten anywhere with that. If anything, I've digressed over the years, and I'm not even as skilled at playing guitar as I was at one point. I still like playing guitar though. It's still fun, but it's not my main drive with creativity. I think my main drive with creativity is definitely drawing, and on top of that, painting. Like I said, I have videos on my channel from last year, 2 different painting series videos that I made. Before I put those videos out, I actually made a vlog, like I was saying. I'll go back to that once again here and talk a little bit about some of the things that I said in that vlog, where I feel like I'm not satisfied, and I don't feel like I'm living a very fulfilled life unless I'm doing some kind of drawing, some kind of painting on a regular basis. That's what I said in that vlog. And I also said other things that I probably shouldn't have said at this point, because I was like, guys, I want you to know that I'm so locked down on this, I'm so serious about this, that if I fail, I run the risk of humiliating myself. And basically what I was trying to do is put a little fire under my butt at that point to keep me from slowing down and just stopping doing it altogether. Because while it is something that I feel like I have a knack for, or something that I feel like less of a person if I'm not doing it, it also takes a lot of motivation to do it, because it's not the only thing that I do. Now, obviously, I'm a husband, I'm a father, I'm a full-time employee, I have a job. Well, art is one of those things that is very time demanding. And when you try to put something as time demanding as drawing or painting into your schedule with those other time demanding things, being a husband, being a father, working full time, it gets tricky. If I had a regular job, a 40-hour work week, then it would be tricky. But the fact that I'm a truck driver makes it even more tricky, because some weeks I might work over 50 hours. Some weeks I might work 60 hours. You know, as a truck driver, you really don't have any say-so over your schedule unless you're an owner-operator or you're independent or something. You don't have any say-so over when you work or how long you work. Especially at the job that I have right now, they were doing really good with averaging my working hours out when I first started. They were being extremely fair. They were giving me 8-hour days consistently. So it would be like I was working a 40-hour work week. But as of now, I don't know if it's just because it's November, it's a busy time of year, but I actually worked 14 hours a couple days ago. Today I only worked 5 hours. But 2 days ago I had a 14-hour shift. And that's the longest shift I've ever had. And I've been driving a truck for 5 years, and I've never had to work 14. It was actually 14 and a half hours, the entire shift. Don't worry, I still followed the rules. I didn't violate my hours of service regulations or anything like that as a truck driver. I didn't do that because I didn't drive. After the 14-hour period, I didn't drive. But I did have to work for 14 and a half hours 2 days ago. That's not even my point, okay? My point is just that it's tricky, it's hard for me to do this, to stay consistent with art. And I'll be honest with you guys, after I made the second painting series on the channel, which was, would have been around May, the videos may have came out in early June. I don't remember exactly when I put them on the channel, but it was around that time last year in 2020, May or June, that I put those videos out. I actually started another painting after that. I felt like I was on a roll, like I was just finally getting to where I had the momentum to do it consistently, to where it just became so regular, such a regular part of my life, that it became natural for me to do it, even with my heavy schedule that was already, full of, working and being a father, tending to my children, tending to my wife, all that stuff. I still managed to squeeze the time in out of my schedule for painting, which was pretty incredible. Well, I stopped. I got discouraged on that third painting. I slowed down, and the canvas that I was working on, it actually got damaged because, like I said, I have kids. I live in a small house. I had the painting probably in a spot where, you know, it probably wasn't the best spot to have it, to store it while I wasn't working on it. And I don't even know what happened to it. I picked it up one day. There was a big hole in the canvas where somebody, I don't know what happened to it, but basically they ripped the canvas. So the work that I had put into the painting at that point was completely it was just wasted. And at that point I was discouraged. It wasn't just the fact that, you know, my work schedule picked up and I was having issues with keeping it going consistently. It wasn't just that. I was also having problems with my left hand. I'm left-handed. I've talked about this before. I had an accident in 2019, a rollover accident in my car. It screwed my back up. I had to get an injection in one of my discs in my spine, which fixed it, which helped it a lot. But it also messed a nerve up in my arm, my ulnar. It's called your ulnar nerve. Basically, I have a pinched nerve in my left hand. I have a pinched nerve in my left wrist, and I have a pinched nerve right here at my elbow from that accident, which causes your hand to go numb. Basically, it feels like it's asleep all the time. And the fact that I'm always driving a truck, a tractor trailer, it doesn't help the situation at all. It actually causes a lot of pain and a lot of fatigue in my wrist and my left hand. Well, I'm left-handed, so that's the hand that I use to draw and paint with and everything else. And, you know, at that point, I actually was told, I went to an orthopedic doctor, and he told me that I would have to have surgery on my arm so that they could relocate the nerve getting pinched, that they would have to do a surgery on my wrist, and they have to do a surgery on my elbow to relocate the nerve. Well, I, of course, you know, I don't have enough money, I don't make enough money to pay the deductible on my insurance to pay for the surgery to begin with. So basically, what am I stuck with? I'm stuck with a messed up left arm, left hand, and I'm not motivated to draw at all because this whole half of my hand, I can't even feel it anymore. It's completely numb. So that's the main reason why I stopped doing it. I was really down-stricken at that point and just really frustrated. And even though I had tried really hard to stay consistent with painting and drawing, I pretty much decided at that point that I wasn't going to do it anymore because I didn't feel like I had the right hand-eye coordination, having all the numbness in my hand. So I used that as an excuse to quit, which I never should have done. I should have stuck it out and kept going. Well, the problem got so bad toward the end of last year that I actually I went back to another doctor about it because I figured, you know, there's got to be another option besides surgery to handle this problem that I'm having with my hand. There's got to be something else that I can do. I wore a brace for a long time while I was sleeping, just to try to straighten the joint out enough for the nerve to get loose. That didn't work. Because the doctor that gave me the brace, he's like, I'm going to give you this brace, but I'm telling you right now, it's not going to help because your problem is far enough along that the only thing that is going to help it is surgery. So I tried the brace anyway. The brace didn't help. I went and saw another doctor. I got a second opinion, and basically he was like, well, you need to at least try physical therapy before we go and say that, you know, the only solution is surgery. We're going to put you in physical therapy and see if that helps the problem. And it didn't. But there was one thing that they told me to do in physical therapy. Out of all the other stuff they tried that didn't work, there was one stretch that they told me to do. that I was very reluctant to do because it was actually very painful doing it. And I can't really do the stretch, but it involves lifting your elbow up very high, putting your hand on your face, and just stretching the nerve out that goes down your arm. And I was very reluctant to do that because, like I said, it was extremely painful. But I did it anyway because I was so frustrated at that point that I just figured, okay, this is the last thing I'm going to try. The fact that it hurts so bad to do it might be a sign that it's actually helping the problem. Well, I started doing that stretch on a regular basis, and the more I did that stretch, the more the numbness receded and the more feeling I got back in my hand. And you guys got to realize that my hand was numb for a year. Like a whole year went by that I was dealing with this problem. And so when I was doing those paintings that I uploaded onto the channel, I was having the problem, but it didn't get really bad until I started truck driving again. That's when it got really bad. Okay, so I'm done talking about all that. I'm sorry that was so drawn out. But here's what I want to say. I've had a rocky year as far as employment goes. I haven't been unemployed. But as far as, finding a good truck driving job that fits into my life well, I think at this point the job that I have right now, despite the lack of ability to know beforehand how my days are going to go, how long my days are going to go, or anything else, I at least do have short days from time to time, so it gives me time to go home and do things like drawing. I get weekends off, so that gives me time to do things like painting. So recently I have decided, after I got this job, now there's no way that before I got this job, I didn't get this job until September, like the beginning of September, but before that I wanted to draw and I wanted to paint, but the jobs that I had earlier this year, there's no way that I could have possibly been able to do it because I was working too much. 60 to 70 hours a week. One of the jobs in particular, I was working Monday through Saturday. I only got one day off a week. And when you're working that much, you can't fit things like art and stuff like that into your life. It just doesn't have, there's not enough room. Because as a truck driver, you guys already know, you got to get plenty of rest. You got to get plenty of sleep at night. So the only way I would have been able to do it is if I lost sleep over it. And I can't do that as a truck driver. I got to stay safe. Got to take care of myself. But I have recently come back, not to painting, but to drawing. Okay, recently I started drawing again. And I've been doing a lot of research. I've been watching a lot of videos. I've been reading a lot about it. I've been, going to websites. I've been studying on material, things that I want to do with my art, things that I want to try that I haven't tried before. I'll probably make another video that's not in this video because this video is too long already. But I'll probably make another video about the paintings that I made, where I'm actually gonna critique the work that I did, going off of doing more research on painting and particular methods. Because as much as I felt like I was prepared to paint on those past two paintings that I did, as much as I felt like I was prepared for it, especially the second one, because I made a concept drawing before I actually did the painting, and that helped a lot. That actually sped the process up exponentially as far as the amount of time that it took me to do that painting. I'm still a little bit shocked at the limited amount of time that I got it done in. But there were a lot of things about each one of those paintings that I don't like. Things that bothered me whenever I was making those two paintings. If you want to see the paintings, you'll find a playlist with both paintings in the playlist on my channel. They're called painting vlogs. That's just what I call them. But there's a lot of stuff that I chose to do in both of those paintings that looking back on it now, I would have done differently if I knew more about what I was doing. And guys, I know it's not really common for amateur, intermediate, or beginner artists to upload videos about drawing or painting, and I know that's not common, but I just like to share it with you. I like to document things. That's another one of the passions that I have as far as creativity. That goes back to making the YouTube content. I like to document things. So if I can mix art and film together, hey, that's awesome to me, and I like it. I like doing that. So I made videos about it. I'm not trying to like say, hey, look at what I did, it's so awesome, I'm an awesome artist. No, that's not what I'm saying at all. I'm not an awesome artist. I want to be an awesome artist, but there's a lot of stuff that I still have to learn how to do that I don't know how to do. But I'll get more into that in another video. And I'll critique those two paintings that I did, because looking back on it now, I can see where I made poor choices for the outcome that I was trying to get, I was striving to get. It wasn't from a lack of trying, trust me, it wasn't. I spent tens of hours on each one of those paintings. I mean, I probably spent 80 hours on the Imperfect Cathedral painting, and I probably spent at least 60 to 70 hours on the Sea Under Siege painting with the lighthouse and the lighthouse keeper. So it wasn't from a lack of trying, it was just from a lack of skill and a lack of education, a lack of know-how on how to actually paint. So what I'll do is I'll probably make a critique video for each one of those, and then I'll move on from there. I don't know when I'm going to do these, because like I said, right now in my spare time, I really want to focus on drawing. I'm working on a drawing right now. I also have a painting that I'm supposed to be doing. It's another one of those project things where I have a limited amount of time. If I can do it all in one sit-in, then I will. It's not supposed to be anything like over the top, anything that's too detailed. It's just I said that I would do something for somebody, and it shouldn't take me that long to do it. I'm not going to make a video about it, but after that, I have another drawing that I did last year. It's not the one that I started painting, where the painting, the canvas got ripped. It's not that. Okay. It's something else that I did that I would like to possibly turn into a painting, change the design of it just a little bit if I do make it a painting, but I'm going to go off the concept drawing that I made. If it goes well, and I can use the new concepts that I've learned recently that I didn't understand last year when I was painting, if I use those new concepts and I get the outcome that I'm looking for, then I might actually create a new series of concepts for paintings to work on, and it has a theme to it. And if I actually go into it and it all goes the way that I want it to go, then I'll explain all of it in future videos, but not in this video. Okay, I'm working on a drawing right now. I've been trying to finish it. I started it a few weeks ago, and I'd like to finish it. It's a pretty detailed rendering of something. I'm not going to make a video about it. I'll show it to you. I'll show you what I've got so far. There's a whole backstory to it that I won't get into in this video. But guys, just know that I'm currently trying to get back to working on art consistently. It's a lot easier for me to get my graphite pencil set out, my charcoal out, my sketchbook out, and work on drawings than it is for me to set everything up that it takes to set up to do oil painting. I mean, it takes 20 minutes of prep time just to get set up so that you can start oil painting. That's how time consuming oil painting is. It takes a long time, and unless you have a whole lot of time to invest, there's no point in even setting your station, your workstation up to do oil painting. Otherwise, you're just wasting paint, because you can't really recycle the paint. Once you squeeze it out of the tube, you need to use it. You can't put it back in the tube, and there's really no effective way of containing it to keep it fresh or anything like that. No, it's got a linseed oil base to it, and once that base hits the air, it starts its curing process, which takes a while, but there's no way to slow it down or stop it. Once it hits the air, and it's going to thicken up. It's going to lose its consistency, and when you try to run it back down, it just ruins the paint. And I've learned that from experience. So if you're gonna squeeze the paint out of the tube, you need to have a good few hours invested into it, conserved, where you're committed to paint within that time range. Otherwise, you're just wasting paint. And it can get very frustrating, because I've had plenty of instances where I've prepped everything to start painting, and something came up. I had to change my plans, and it's just a complete waste. It's a disaster. So that's why I'm more reluctant to start painting again. But I am going to paint again. Don't worry, I'm going to get back to it. There's something in my soul that's driving me to do it, saying, hey, don't go another day without considering this or embracing this. I just don't feel fulfilled as a human being without proactively painting or proactively drawing. So that's all I want to say. I'll end the vlog now. It's another long vlog, I know. But if you watched the video, I'm glad you did, and thank you. I hope you guys are excited. I'm definitely excited. And I'm serious about it again. Like, I really am. I can't spend any more time ignoring the fact that I need to embrace the opportunities that I have to be creative and make my art. I can't let the time pass by. I can't waste any more time. I'm getting older by the year, so I need to discipline myself and get serious about it. It's not that I've got this drive, or I've got this fantasy in mind that I'm going to become famous from doing art, or I'm going to become rich from doing art. It's not like that. It's just like, okay, I've got to get this stuff out of me. I have all this creativity pinned up in me that needs to come out, and I'm not going to be satisfied, and I'm not going to feel like a fulfilled kind of person until I get it out of me. The real frustration comes with the lack of time that I have to actually get it out of me. That's where the frustration comes from. But anyway, like I said, I'm trying to discipline myself. I'm trying to work it out to where it works. And I do, like, I'm not going to lie to you, I do want something to become of all of it. I'm not completely aimless with my ambition as far as making an impact. I do want to make an impact. I don't know how big that impact will be, but I do want to make some sort of an impact. If it has a financial impact on my life, that is ideal. Yes, of course, that's awesome. But if it doesn't, then I at least want to have the satisfaction of expressing the creativity and getting it out of me, like I said before. So, I'll see you guys later. Like I said, if you watched this video, thank you. And look forward to more art videos, whether it be drawing. I haven't even done any drawing videos yet. They've all been painting videos. So I haven't even done any drawing videos yet, but maybe I'll do that in the future. Until then, I'll see you guys. Take it easy.